you know, not so happy.
And what we doing here? We're reacting to You Pay Me TV.
Right.
Okay.
You know, handling business. You did. Y'all might not be familiar with St. Louis, but I was right by Tower Grove Park. I was actually about to turn
You know what
into
it's called?
Tower Grove Park.
What are we reacting
I was
to?
making a left.
Him telling the story about him being in St. Louis? Okay.
This ain't about him being in St. Louis. This is about him, about the police.
I got it.
Okay.
Like, so I make my left, I'm cruising. Once I make my left, you know, it was like some cars behind me making a left.
This is how you talking about how he
coming behind
run
me, but the cops threw on the lights and cut them
from the
off.
police.
Get behind me. Why you get behind me?
Have you ever ran from the police, Deborah?
I wanted to, but no.
Okay, I'm just saying, because the thing of it is that I have never ran from the police. I just, you know.
I've been pulled over quite a few times,
So did
but
you
never ran from the police because I knew the consequences would lead to worse.
Oh, so you had everything. You had all your license, insurance, and all of that.
All of it.
Okay.
They got the lights going, they hitting the little sign, whatever siren, the thing, they talk to like a speaker or something, like pull over. I'm like, I didn't even know they had that. I didn't know.
Pause that.
I know.
Now, I can recall the time where what he's talking about is when they came on the intercom. Now that happened with me one time, where they came in on the intercom and told me to get back in the vehicle. I got in the vehicle. Once the police came up, he said to me, you know you're driving without a seatbelt. I said, I had on a seatbelt, officer. I just got out the car.
Oh, you jumped out because you wanted to get to them first?
He told me, you may need to go back to class because I was at 12 points then off of my license. I was at 12
How
points.
you get 12 points off your license? Which is
Speeding.
Wow.
For speeding. So even though I didn't have seatbelt on, I told him I did have my seatbelt on. I just got out the car. So he couldn't ticket me for a seatbelt.
Well, I was in the car and they tried to ticket me for a seatbelt because I just knew they wasn't pulling me over. I looked both ways. I told them, man, how long was I supposed to stay there? At the damn stop sign when it's only one way, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
And you talking about something, the kids, no, how it took you a minute, I'm just waiting at a damn light, which is like a few, not even that far away, right there on Natural Green, on Springdale.
Mm-hmm.
How in the hell and then he gonna pull me over this light and I never ain't got no tickets and I've been driving a long time.
Right.
Yeah. They trying to get some money. I said, what is this, some money? But then he tried to tell me I ain't had no seatbelt. I said, I always drive my seatbelt. What we going with this at? I said, I took my damn seatbelt off when you start walking up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how in the hell did I sit at a light for a whole minute, turn and go, and now all of a sudden here you go?
Mm-hmm.
Bastards.
You know, once I get through Tower Grove Park, if I just keep going, it's like a circle, going around a circle, and they steady, pull over. Then behind me with the lights going, you know, there's people in the park looking at me like, what's going on? Is he gonna pull over? So I get to another light that was going to a street called Arsenal, you know, and they still behind me, you know, and then the light was red. So I'm obeying the law still. I'm stopped at the light, you know, I'm chilling. I ain't even, you know, they steady pull over. I'm like, hold on, wait, just give me a second. Let me think about it. So as I was thinking about it,
You know he had to be young because you had to think about it. They would horse your ass up today.
light turned green, you know, and when the light turned green, that just mean go. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really have too much time to think about it. I see the green light, it goes. Alright, so check this out, y'all. This part was like a movie on my mind. But if I'm riding, I make that left. Hold on, this guy keep tripping. Wait a minute. I made a left, right? Not a left, right, but a left, right? So I made a left. I'm going down Arsenal right off the line. I get in the middle lane because it's like a lane on the right, lane on the left, with the traffic coming this way, and then I'm in the middle. So I'm just, that's a turning lane for anyone, you know, something flying in the middle.
Don't this sound like a bunch of damn trouble? My flying down the middle of the line. No, you supposed to be here. You go.
The next main street coming up was Grand. Before I can even get to Grand, I'm flying. I'm right in the middle. Before I can get to Grand, a red truck. I remember this like it was yesterday. A red truck just like come out, and it supposed to come out, make a left, and then go towards me this way. But for some reason, it just come out and stop right in the middle lane where I was going. Just stop. It stopped. Now I got to use my reflexes, right? I'm like, I'm going fast still. I'm flying. I'm talking about I'm flying. I ain't even looking at no speed, and I'm in like the highest gear, 6th gear. I'm just flying. So I see it stop. So I'm like, oh no. So I hit the back brakes. The wheels locked up. It just locked up on me. So I was still going. It was like I was sliding now. So I'm like, oh, I let go of the brakes and I hit it again. I'm sliding. Now at this point, I'm like sliding, just left and right, it's weaving. I'm about to fall. Keep hitting the brakes and letting off the brake, hitting the brake, and letting off the brake, and hitting the brake, and letting off the brake, and stop. As soon as I get right up on the truck decides to go. But by that time, I'm stopped. The bike stopped. And I'm like sideways now. And I look up, and the police, they still coming. They coming down the middle lane like I was in the middle lane. They flying. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this was like a movie. Check this out. I'm steady. I'm hitting the start button. I don't know if I just mentioned the bike cut off. But hold on. So I'm hitting the start button, and the bike is. I'm like, wait, you gotta be kidding me. What the? The bike not starting. Police getting closer and closer. They coming down Arsenal, down the middle lane like I was. I'm sitting here facing this way, like sideways. I wasn't even face straight no more. And they just flying. They got their cherries on. I'm like, what the? And it was like, as soon as they got a little closer, it started up. I hit it. I'm talking about right down the side street. I just hit it. Yeah. So from their view, one thing they can see is me like this. They go, straight down the side street. Look, check this out though. South side of the city, we got something called alleys. They ain't everywhere. We got
something called alleys.
I shot down that side street, the first alley I seen, I made a right. So I shot down the side street, boom, I'm out of their view now. They can't see me, I'm out of their view. So I make a right into the alley. I'm going down the alley. But I know they gonna make that turn or whatever. They might see me in the alley, so I gotta do something quick. I gotta think fast. I gotta think quick. So I seen like a little cut. I slowed down. I ran the bike right into this gate, into the cut. Like I ran to the gate so hard, the bike got stuck in the gate. Like and I just hopped off the motor, took the key out. Ooh, I'm running with my helmet on. I got my helmet on. Hold on, wait a minute. So I'm running down the alley like this.
Ain't that a mess?
Notice how he put the helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
I found a little spot, like somebody basement step. I jumped down. I took my helmet off. I'm down in the little step, somebody's basement, whatever. I take my little hoodie off that I had on, so when I get up and walk around the neighborhood, I got on some different clothes. They don't know it's me, you know what I'm saying? So I happen to know somebody that stayed up the street. I just happened to be in the neighborhood where I knew somebody stayed up the street, right? So check this out. Police, they went straight past. They passed up the alley as if I just did. They passed up the alley too, like they just passed up the alley. They didn't know I turned down the alley, so they all the way that way. I got the bike in the alley. I'm in somebody's basement, so I walk out to the front of the street, walk up the street to this person's house. I'm like, let me call my peoples real quick. Come get this bike, and then maybe he'll let me keep his car. He can keep this bike.
You can make that.
But it ain't over. I'm still in the movie, y'all. So check it out. Gets up the street, I make the phone call. Literally like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes later, my homeboy, my peoples, I ain't even tell you who it was, but my homeboy, my peoples, you know what I'm saying? Relatives come through. Check this out though. He came through right. He drove back down the street in the Cutlass, walked down the alley. The bike was like the handlebar like stuck in the gate. We had to wedge out the gate, so we stand in the alley. We pull the bike out. I'm like, all right, man. He gave me the keys to his car. I'm like, all right, shit. Be careful, man. Shit, they was just on me. You know what I'm saying? They get on you. Like, hey. He like, man, I ain't worried about it. So he drove straight up the alley. Check this out. He drove straight up the alley. Zoom. Crossed like the street and went up all the way up another alley. Went straight up. As soon as he did that, I'm talking about as soon as he did that, paddy wagon and like 2 more police cars come in the alley. I'm just walking out the alley, but as they coming in with the paddy wagon and 2 more police cars, he always at the top of the alley. They coming this way. They didn't even look up there and see him. He went about his business. But the guy, they look me up and down like, they stopped, they flashed the light on me and everything. I'm walking through the colors like, excuse me, officer, you have a problem? No, I'm just playing. I ain't say nothing to that. They ain't say nothing to me. I just got in the car and went about my business. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I remember this. Oh damn, I think my food ready. Like, to be continued.